Ladies and gentlemen, I had an idea yesterday. That press conference that Obama did, it was juvenile. It was something that a spoiled, rotten kid would do. It was petulant. It certainly was not presidential. He called that press conference for one reason, to use the words hostage, bomb thrower, and extremist for an hour. That's why he did the presser. So I told Cookie, I said, will you put together a montage? I want excerpts of Obama at the Gabby Giffords event where he criticized this kind of behavior and where he urged everybody to stop this kind of talk, juxtaposed with what he himself said yesterday. And I want you to listen to it. This is Barack Obama and our montage, Obama at the tribute, the shooting victims, January 8, 2011 in Tucson and yesterday.
At a time when our discourse has become so sharply polarized.
Extortion, insane, catastrophic, chaos.
We are far too eager to lay the blame for all that ails the world at the feet of those who think differently.
You have some ideological extremists, extreme Republicans.
It's important for us to pause for a moment.
We're not going to pay a ransom. You don't pay a ransom. Demand a ransom.
And make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals.
You do not hold people hostage.
Not in a way that wounds.
Ransom taking or hostage taking.
Usher in more civility in our public discourse.
Burn down the plant or your office.
Only a more civil and honest public discourse can help us face the challenges of our nation.
I'm going to burn down your house.
Not on the usual plane of politics and point scoring and pettiness.
Tea Party Republicans flirted with the idea of default, a nuclear bomb.
We should do everything we can do to make sure this country lives up to our children's expectations.
You're just a deadbeat.
So you tell me, folks, who is this guy? Is he the guy in Tucson or is he the guy from yesterday? And he may be both, but who he was yesterday is who he really is. He showed up yesterday mad. He showed up yesterday ticked off, and he let everybody know at who he was mad and why, but it was in no way intended to promote agreement, negotiation, compromise. That's the last thing that Obama was attempting to do yesterday. All of that talk in Tucson was just a bunch of empty words. And if you go to the foreign press, you will find accurate reports of what this press conference was and how embarrassing it was, and how churlish and childish and how infantile it was. Seth Mandel, Commentary Magazine, Obama stumbles despite friendly presses. I say not one question, folks. Not one question about the rollout of Obamacare and the absolute disaster that it is. Not one question. Now, in fairness, the media today, as I say, the Washington Post, CBS, are all talking about what a disaster it is. But there wasn't one question yesterday because the media is there to protect Obama. Niall Gardner, UK Telegraph, Barack Obama's sinking leadership. Half of Americans believe the founding fathers would see the USA Today as a failure. The other half just want their free birth control and their food stamps and their phones. Just want Santa Claus. And there's another Niall Gardner piece. President Obama throws a tantrum at press conference, compares his opponents to hostage takers and deadbeats. It was an embarrassing set of hand-picked questions from a largely subservient, liberal-dominated media. United States facing the prospect of a default overwhelmingly because of Obama's big spending. And that's the point. Folks, this man has added $6 trillion to the national debt in 5 years. Not even 5 years. $6 trillion. And he dares go to the microphones of that press conference yesterday and complain and assert that raising the debt limit does not raise the debt. The reason we have to raise the debt limit is him and his party and the irresponsible spending that has taken place, which is burying this country and the future for many young people. The shutdown has been prompted by the imposition of a hugely unpopular health care reform. The American people don't want Obamacare. It has been forced on the American people despite the fact that Democrats no longer control the House. This is a president who is incapable of taking responsibility for his own actions, who refuses to listen to any criticism of his policies, and is more willing to negotiate with a state sponsor of terrorism in Tehran than to sit down with Republicans in Congress. We are here, we are where we are because of Barack Obama and the Democrat Party. And with a 37% approval rating, don't kid yourself. More Americans than you would believe understand that. And I'm going to tell you, folks, those of you Republican and conservative media types inside the Beltway, you do not understand. You do not understand the reaction out here when we see the National Mall shut down to World War II vets and American citizens and opened up in a shutdown to advocates for amnesty. You do not understand the reaction outside where you live. You do not understand what is happening with people as they learn what is happening to them as they enroll or try to in Obamacare. And you do not understand what is happening and what people are finding out and how they're reacting when they learn about the mistreatment of uniformed military personnel killed in action and their families, who are being denied benefits and proper respect, trips home, proper burials, all of this being denied purposely by the regime because of the shutdown when it need not happen at all. And everybody out here knows it's happening because of cheap, childish, immature, partisan politics of the President of the United States and his party. Who? I just know I got to take a quick break. By the way, I am Rush Limbaugh. Welcome, folks. It's the EIB Network and the Limbaugh Institute. Our telephone number, if you want to be on the program today. I forgot to intro the show. Such a sense of urgency we have here each day. 800-282-2882. Do not go away.